The Wits Planetarium has been a site of wonder and discovery for many children and adults, and now the iconic building is set for a facelift. The upgrade has been almost 2 years in the making and involved astronomers and digital artists, and SABC News reporter Molemo Mothoa is there and joins me live now. Molemo, thank you so much for your time. I mean, one remembers that building as a child. We used to go there for excursions, and really an exciting time for children when they have to go to the planetarium. Let's talk about what we can expect tonight.
Good evening. Indeed, we are here in Johannesburg at the Wits Digital Dome, which previously was known as the Johannesburg Planetarium, established in 1960 by the then Johannesburg City Council in collaboration actually with the Wits University. And as we know, and as you have already alluded, that it used to attract over 60,000 learners a year. But we understand that there are refurbishments that are in the pipeline to, give the institution a more digital look. But just to hear more on that, I am joined now by the Wits spokesperson, Shirona Patel, to tell us as to what this event tonight really is all about.
Okay, thank you. So it's a really historic moment, I think, both for Wits, for Joburg, for the citizens of Joburg, for learners, for students, for researchers, academics, and for the university. Wits is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year, and as part of our centenary celebrations, together with our partners Anglo-American, we are refurbishing the Joburg Planetarium. It will become known as the Wits Anglo-American Digital Dome, and it will open to the public in 2024. Now, before we had, as you said, lots of learners come through here, students, academics and researchers, and they would come here to see astronomy, for example, or to learn more about the stars and the skies. Now, we want to change that. We're saying, let's use this digital dome and let's make it used across all faculties and disciplines. So people who want to come and play or test their new games, let them come and test it on the dome. People who are dissecting a body, for example, in 3D, in the health sciences, let them come test it in the dome. Learners can come get a full 360 experience, something like an IMAX theatre. And we want to open this to the people of Joburg in 2024. Tonight is just the announcement of the 70 million rand which has been committed to this project. So we are starting the refurbishments. Phase 1 and 2 will be done in the next 2 years. And the 70 million rand from Anglo and from Wits will be used to create a world-class facility to inspire and give hope to young people in South Africa in particular.
And if you can just take us a little bit back, what are some of the events that took place here, which really still stood out for you?
So people always tell us the story. I mean, lots of people in Joburg have been through the planetarium, I think, as school learners. But I think the one that people keep repeating is when a man landed on the moon, and when Neil Armstrong went to the moon, and they got the tapes at that time of this landing on the moon, and they brought it straight through to the planetarium, and there were queues around this building. It was still, kind of the rancho on the other side here, and there were queues right through Braamfontein where people were waiting to see these movies or films at the time. Now, we've come a long way since then, and we are installing state-of-the-art digital projectors in here, which means that we can watch things in 3D, in 360. We can be immersed in science, in health sciences, in humanities, in art, in technology, all in one space. And like we're saying, this is not just for Wits University or our students or researchers or academics, but for the wider public as well.
And who's expected to be here tonight?
Oh, so tonight is actually a meeting of the Anglo-American CEO, for example, has flown out from London to be here, Wits University academics, researchers, our Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Professor Zeblan Velakazi, Professor Roger Dean, who's been leading this project up until now, and many others. You will also get a taste of what the dome is going to be like in 2024 with some of the projectors being brought in today just for a little while.
I heard you earlier saying that the old projector is still here. What's going to happen to it? What's going to become of it?
Oh, so it's huge. I mean, it weighs tons. So it's the old Zeiss projector. This was brought in, I think it was in 1959, just before 1960, when the city of Joburg wanted to open the planetarium to the city, and they thought it would be a great gift to the city at the time. And it's been here ever since, and it's served us well over the time. However, we now need to retire the grand old dame, as we call it, and find a home for it. So we're still exploring different ways of what we'll do with it, and we're talking to the Department of Science and Innovation about what to do with it. There are some historically disadvantaged universities, previously disadvantaged universities, science centers who would love it, and as long as it's working, we want it to be used. So we'll look at how we can donate it or pass it on to others.
Thank you so much. There was Wits spokesperson Shirona Patel. That's back to the studio.
All right, Molemo, thank you so much for your time. We'll check in with you throughout the course of the evening. And of course, that story there, waiting to hear about these new refurbishments that are going to be made there. And of course, this is a story that brings back all sorts of memories for young people, including myself.